There's a particular kind of silence that happens when something goes wrong mid-sentence in front of people, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to hide from it. I know that silence well because I lived through a version of it during a Toastmasters speech competition. My internet disconnected a few minutes into my speech, live in front of the entire audience. There I am, geared up and ready to go, in a flow. Then suddenly I'm staring at a frozen screen with every ounce of prepared energy coming to a stop. If you've ever had the moment where something completely outside your control derails you, you already know exactly how that feels. Here's what's interesting to me. Looking back at that very moment now, I wasn't calm because nothing could rattle me. Plenty could, and that moment did shake me. But I was calm, or at least calm enough to function, because of two things I built well before that moment ever arrived: exposure and mindset. Exposure, because I already spent a lot of time online presenting, training, hosting webinars, which meant I already experienced technology cutting out before in different online settings plenty of times. So when it failed on this competition stage for me, it wasn't a new kind of fear. It was a familiar one, just a little louder in that moment. And mindset, because, and this is the part I think is quite important, I had already written the story in my mind for what I would do if my internet dropped out, long before it actually happened in that competition. I knew I would breathe in, remind myself it was okay, stay steady, and reconnect as fast as I could. I knew I'd keep my phone nearby in case I needed to call someone. I knew that once reconnected, I'd simply ask what the audience heard last and pick up exactly there. None of that was luck. It was rehearsed for a moment that I hoped would never come. And this, I think, is a truth hiding underneath most conversations about confidence. We tend to think about confidence as if it's a fixed trait. Some people have it, some don't, and you either got lucky or you didn't. Confidence, in my experience, is built from exposure to things going slightly wrong again and again, and from deciding in advance through your mindset what story you'll tell yourself when it does, or if it does. Both of those things are what you actually develop and choose to create to prepare yourself for those moments. Now, back to that example of my personal experience with this. I reconnected, finished the speech, and ended up winning that competition. But honestly, the part I was proudest of wasn't the win. It was that the exposure and mindset I built for that moment actually held when I needed it. All because I wasn't meeting the moment for the first time. And my mind knew what to do if that moment did arrive. So here's what I offer you. If there's something on your horizon you're nervous about, it could be a conversation, a presentation, or a meaningful decision you're about to make. You don't need to talk yourself into feeling brave beforehand. That takes way too much energy without actually teaching you a way through. What you can do is decide right now, in this calm before it happens, that if it does go wrong, what will you actually do? Even one sentence of a plan of what you may do changes how the moment feels if it arrives, because you're not meeting it empty-handed. You become a little bit prepared and you trick your mind into saying that you've already experienced it before, because when you were preparing your mindset and thinking about it, you were already visualizing it already happening in your mind first. Confidence isn't something you're waiting to feel. It's something you create in advance out of exposure and the mindset you decide to have. It is an approach that allows you to keep communicating and connecting even after you got disconnected halfway through. From where I'm standing, that's really good news, because it means that this approach is available to you and I every time we need it.